Voilà, bonsoir Madame Si. Vous avez donné les diplômes aux premières dames du Mali et de New York. Et cette fois-ci, vous avez offert un diplôme à Madame Aïdara Aïssatou-Sissé. Alors, peut-on savoir les motivations?
Okay, merci. Donc, nous avons choisi de donner Ewar en partenariat avec, le bureau de Marc Levin, consul membre de New York, à la mairie de New York, parce que Madame Aïdara Aïssatou-Sissé dit Château, c'est une grande patriote au Mali. Elle a fait beaucoup, elle défend beaucoup les causes du Mali. Elle a beaucoup fait pour combattre le terrorisme au Mali. Et puis, elle a beaucoup fait pour défendre les intérêts du Mali, au Mali et à l'extérieur aussi. Donc, c'est pour cela qu'on l'a choisi de donner cet award. En même temps, elle est un député très dynamique qui défend les causes du Mali. En même temps aussi, elle est la présidente des femmes, de toutes les femmes parlementaires de l'Afrique. Donc, c'est pour tout cela qu'on l'a choisi, avec le bureau de Marc Levin, de la donner cet award. Et puis, nous avons donné à Madame Sassou Nguesso, Antoinette, parce que ce qu'elle fait aussi ce qu'elle a fait pour son pays, surtout les drépanocytaires, elle a beaucoup combattu pour ça. Donc, c'est pour cela qu'on veut toujours l'encourager de son travail, ce qu'elle fait pour son pays, pour l'encourager. Nous avons donné aussi à Madame B. Kadissal pour ce qu'elle fait pour la communauté malienne à New York aussi. Elle fait beaucoup de choses pour la communauté malienne à New York. C'est pour cela qu'on l'a choisi pour la donner. Donc, toutes ces femmes-là, ce sont des femmes à féliciter. Donc, c'est pour cela que nous avons donné ces devoirs.
Toujours en marge des travaux de cette 70e Assemblée générale de l'ONU, une association féminine œuvrant dans la lutte contre l'excision et la protection de l'environnement a remis une distinction à l'épouse du chef de l'État. La remise s'est déroulée au cours d'un dîner gala en présence du chef de cabinet de l'épouse du président de la République. Des précisions sur cette soirée avec Si Assetou Traoré, fondatrice de USC Mali Charitable Association of New York. Elle est au micro de nos envoyés spéciaux.
Cette soirée est une soirée vraiment exceptionnelle parce que c'est notre première fois. Comme nous travaillons avec les Nations Unies, nous sommes membres d'ECOSOC, notre association. Donc on a profité pour l'Assemblée de l'Assemblée générale des Nations Unies pour organiser cet événement. C'est un fundraising pour lutter contre l'excision parce que aux Nations Unies, c'est un problème qui les concerne beaucoup maintenant. Donc, ils veulent vraiment combattre ces systèmes dans le monde entier. Et puis, on a entendu que Mme Aminata, elle a fait beaucoup pour l'environnement. Donc, c'est pour cela nous avons décidé de la donner cette award aujourd'hui avec notre première dame aussi de New York. Elle aussi, elle fait beaucoup de choses pour les femmes et les enfants. Donc, dans ces domaines, c'est pour cela nous avons choisi de leur donner des awards pour les récompenser de leurs bienfaits.
Messieurs, bonsoir et bienvenue ce soir. On voudrait déjà s'excuser. Je voudrais appeler Estelle Yesso, avec qui j'ai l'honneur de travailler ce soir par rapport à ce dîner de gala. Estelle, bonsoir.
Bonsoir à tous. Good evening, Excellencies, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the annual gala of the U.S. Malian Charitable Association. For the past several years, this non-profit organization, at the same time of the U.S. Assembly, has been holding an annual gala to raise several issues that our continent are suffering. This year, the theme of this gala will focus on genital mutilation, which constitutes a serious threat to the health of women and girls around the world. This evening is also a celebration for the African culture, as we will be welcoming our guest artists. Now, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Estelle Yesso. I'm a journalist from Ivory Coast, and I will be assisted by my brother, Doudou Steven.
Voilà, merci. Moi, je vais parler en français. Et comme vous l'avez remarqué, Estelle va s'adresser à l'assistance en anglais, naturellement. Je voudrais souhaiter la bienvenue à toute la grande communauté africaine. J'ai aperçu des Ivoiriens, des Maliens, des Sénégalais, des Mauritaniens, des Tchadiens. L'Afrique est présente ce soir pour soutenir cette cause humanitaire avec une ONG. Et à la tête de cette ONG, une dame qui fait beaucoup. Tout à l'heure, on va pouvoir l'accueillir sur ce pupitre, mesdames et messieurs.
Since a very young age, she decided to fight. Fight for women, fight for girls, fight for a culture, fight for education, fight for health. In 2009, she decided to open a center, not only to bring education to our children, but also to have a house where she will be sheltering those women suffering from domestic violence and, as you all know, genital mutilation. Tonight again, she will use another term to bring that issue and also to send out a message, the one for which she is fighting. Along with her will be honored several people that have been fighting for the same cause. Ladies and gentlemen, I will ask you now, with a round of applause, to welcome Miss Asetou Si.
On l'applaudit très fort, Madame Asetou Si qui va venir pour son message, mesdames et messieurs.
Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to see so many faces this evening as we gather here for a very serious international and national matter, female genital mutilation, FGM. Tonight will be an evening full of music, delicious food, personal FGM story from those who have survived it, those who continue to fight it. Tonight, we will recognize figures in our community that have gone over and beyond to fight the practice of FGM. Let us begin by defining what FGM is. The World Health Organization defines it as all procedures involve partial or total removal of the female external part or other injury to the female genital organ for non-medical reasons. Tonight, we have decided not to use le terme female genital mutilation, but instead we will use finally girl mother. While sending a strong message to those who still want to live in a world of ignorance, that Yumaka is here and is ready to take part in broader global mission to help and FGM. The USA Mali Charitable Association of NYC, New York, is currently developing outreach programs and other activities to reach enslaved and at-risk mothers. Thank you so much for coming to our annual fundraising dinner gala, and please enjoy it. Thank you.
What a shy audience. Please, she deserves more ovation, right?
Voilà, on applaudit plus fort que ça, mesdames et messieurs.
Now, I would like to introduce a great man who has been walking with her in that journey. A man that has love for Africa, love for our people. He is a collaborator of UMACA and he is present tonight. I would like to call upon Mr. Mel Brown.
On va accueillir, mesdames et messieurs, Monsieur Mel Brown, qui va venir pour son discours. Monsieur Mel Brown, qui est
express my appreciation for so many people that came out on a Monday night to come to this after Eid and the festival for the sacrifice. So many are very busy with their family. But I wanted to share with you, besides all of the dignitaries that are here, the people from the community, the people from Togo, from Guinea, besides people from Mali, who've traveled here from as far away as Washington, D.C. We have some really important people in the house. In order to say one thing, we have to be prepared for what's going to happen next after Obama. We need people like Africatvusa in order to get the support that they need in the community. We have dignitaries from the Côte d'Ivoire who are talking about economic development, finding different avenues by which we can do things that bring Americans just that much closer to Africatvusa's story. We now have a woman who literally needs something in the neighborhood of about $150,000 to $200,000 to do the work that she needs to do. You have a pledge card right in front of you. In order to actually say, this is why we need the funds, and this is what you can do, just pick a number. The key thing is this. There's so many people, Americans included, who say, well, why do I have to support Africa when there's so many needs here? Well, all we have to look at some of the test cases of the kinds of things that we've seen just over the last year to be able to understand why Africa is so important. And Africatvusa comes from a very important family who has worked in order to do on less than $100,000 what she needs $250,000 to do. I've seen her make sacrifices because she is committed to the children. She has done remarkable in terms of the kinds of things she's done with French heritage, to be able to preserve the connection to Mali that the young people need to know in order to not lose their way. This is the key to what the promise of coming to New York, coming to America meant. And she is struggling every day to make that commitment real. All she needs is cooperation. I've seen her when she had almost nothing, but she found a way to get gas into her van in order to move the children around to get them to come to the French Heritage program that she had, both in terms of Bronx and now in Manhattan. But she needs cooperation. She needs people who will step up and believe and have the fire that she has in order to make her dreams come true for this community. And she doesn't stop at just what she's doing for Mali. She's there for the people of Cote d'Ivoire that are here in New York, people from Guinea, from Togo, from Guinea-Bissau, all the way down the list. All of the countries that you see the UN targeting, there's 17 of them. 17 countries they're targeting around the theme of how to deal with this problem that women and girls have to face. There are 140 million women and girls who are faced with this issue of what they call in UN genital mutilation. Their figures come out that just from 2013, right? UN came out with the figures in 2014 for 2013. They're talking about 3.6 million women and girls face this new coming on the market in terms of dealing with these kinds of procedures against them. This is big. And the reason why we're doing this is because we're trying to say this initiative is important because this is why girls are important. Because then being left out of the process of economic development for Africa, you're losing half of the population. And that includes for those people who are part of the community here. So I urge you to look at this card and just pick a number. Because this is the kind of help that Asetu and Mamadou C need in order to advance the Malian Cultural Center and the initiative they're making around this particular initiative. You do this, you do a lot. Because she doesn't any longer stand alone as she has done for the last several years, about half a dozen years, pretty much alone. And you've seen her do many activities, whether it be at City Hall, when they had a major gala in which they got a proclamation for her. You've seen her in the neighborhoods, because it's one thing for the UN to have an initiative around this. But do you see them in the neighborhood? Well, you see Asetu in the neighborhood. So please, with all of the good music, cultural expressions, good conversation, and good vibes from so many of these brilliant people who are really in the community, step out for these people today. Because this is really our moment to do such. Thank you.
Thank you to Mr. Mel Brown. I hope that you have been taking a look at your donation card. And if the amount on the card is not enough, we will be distributing pens as well. So you can also write the bigger number. I don't know, maybe there is some infinity digit that you would like to put on those cards. We couldn't hold this event without the representation of that wonderful city where we all live in. That town where the most important decisions are being taken, like at the UN. The mayor couldn't be sensible to this cause that we are all fighting for. So they decided to send a representative, someone that is well known to fight also for women. I would like to call upon Ms. Annabella Escobar, Director of the Manhattan Family Justice, representative of the First Lady of NYC.
On applaudit et très fort, mesdames et messieurs, Annabella Escobar, s'il vous plaît.
Good evening. My name is Annabella Escobar, and I'm the Executive Director of the Manhattan Family Justice Center of the Mayor's Office to Combat Domestic Violence. It is an honor to be here today to present a letter on behalf of New York City's First Lady. So I'm going to read this to you. Dear friends, I am pleased to extend greetings to everyone attending the USA Mali Charitable Association's annual gala dinner. There are many reasons I'm grateful to be New York City's First Lady and share the Mayor's Fund. From expanding mental health services in all 5 boroughs to creating clear pathway to success for women and girls of all ethnicities. It is a privilege to use my voice to fight for peace, equality, and justice. That's why I'm happy to express my gratitude to the USA Mali Charitable Association of New York for championing causes that empower women, girls, and the entire Malaysian and African diaspora. Tonight's event highlights the association's effort to eradicate female genital mutilation and support victims. Female genital mutilation is unfortunately still carried out around the world, including in the United States, and often framed as a cultural right or religious imperative. However, it has several lasting repercussions, and there is absolutely no justification for it. The best way forward is to uplift organizations and initiatives that prioritize community education and community-led solutions, seeking to empower women and girls. Because the strongest societies are built on the core belief that all citizens deserve to be safe and healthy in body and mind. I commend the heroic leaders in the...
We have a lot of speakers tonight. I hope you guys are ready. Did you get any water or anything to drink? Because the night will be very long. I would like now to introduce again a special guest, Mrs. Forson. She is the representative of Mrs. Lucia Gasper Martins, President of UNAMA. Put your hands together.
On applaudit très fort Madame Forson qui va venir pour son discours, mesdames et messieurs.
Good evening, my sisters. I'm so happy to be here to see all of you. I represent UN African Mothers Association, and the president sent me over here because she's so busy. You know what happens at the UN at this time. So she sent me to come and say a few words about UNAMA. I'm one of those women who started UNAMA 30 years ago. You would remember there was famine in Ethiopia, and the Secretary General's wife asked the president of the UN Delegates Wives Association. She said, "What are you women doing for Ethiopia?" So then she thought, well, she had to get African women together to do something. And she talked to the ambassadors' wives because they are always the most visible group of women. So she got them, and some of us who are not so much up there, we all came together. We had a concert at the General Assembly. All the important African American entertainers were there. And we raised a couple of $100,000 for the Secretary General's Emergency Fund for Ethiopia. And so then, at that time, we were called UN African Mothers for the Crisis. But after the concert, we couldn't disband. So we decided to rename it UN African Mothers Association, to involve all women in the UN system and to think about what to do for women and children in Africa. Because most of the famine in Ethiopia affected women and children. You would all remember in the newspapers, one thing that stuck to my mind, a child who had been left by the parents. They couldn't carry him anymore. And there was a child and a vulture right behind him, waiting for the child to die so he would just pounce on him. Anytime I talk about that, it brings tears to my eyes. So then UNAMA was formed, and later we incorporated it. And we decided that every year, one member, some members would come together with their projects for all things that concern women in Africa. A committee would analyze them and decide on one. So each year we have a luncheon at the UN Church Center the first Friday of December, and we raise funds. Could you imagine all of you here cooking food from your countries? That's what we do. A buffet of all foods in Africa. And we raise funds for these projects. We've seen some of those children here in New York doing very well in South Africa. So out of all the disaster, so much good has come out of it. And so every year on June 16th, we celebrate the Day of the African Child, a whole lot of activities that we bring in school children from the New York City area, the UN school, and all over. And so this is just about a little bit of what we do. We are in touch with other associations and organizations that help women and children too. And well, all of you, my sisters, you are invited to join UNAMA and bring your projects to us, because those too affect us and affect our children. Thank you very much.
Thanks again to Mrs. Eva Forson. She's from Ghana. As you can see, Africa is all represented here tonight. Now, we would like to introduce another great woman. She has been fighting for women's rights for years. She knew that education was important. She holds a PhD. She is a senior advisor coordinator of UNFPA, UNICEF, Joint Program on FGM, and the United Nations Population Fund. She said to the president of the Malian Center that, you know what, you are not going to have that event without my support. And she's here tonight, and she will need your ovation. Before I introduce her, I will let my colleague say a little word about her.
Avant de présenter, mesdames et messieurs, Nafissatou Diop, je voudrais, avec votre permission, saluer la présence de Imam Konaté qui est là ce soir. Imam, merci d'être venu. Également saluer la présence de monsieur Michael Jawara. Monsieur Jawara, welcome tonight. Sans plus tarder, mesdames et messieurs, avec votre permission, on va inviter devant ce micro Nafissatou Diop. Elle est la coordonnatrice de l'UNFPA UNICEF auprès des Nations Unies. Madame Diop, s'il vous plaît. On l'applaudit très fort.
Bonsoir and good evening. Should I speak in French or in English? Probably in English. Thank you so much, and thank you for ISATA for involving me in this so important night. And she, on a very humble way, sent me an email several weeks ago, and asking if she can have a meeting and if she can come to my office. And I was so excited about that because I'm based here in New York, but I'm coordinating the joint program on female genital mutilation cutting, mainly in Africa and in the Middle East. So it's about 17 countries, so you can imagine how busy I am traveling here and there, trying to work with the governments and civil society organizations in each of those countries, raising funds, doing the communication, etc. So it's a lot of work, but one thing that I was always feeling which was missing was the fact that I was living here in New York, and the only contact that I had with the African community was when I'm going to Harlem to eat some tiboujen or to eat some tour or some yassa. And I knew that there were some important associations, important work that was done with the migrant communities here, with the diaspora, I should say. But unfortunately, I didn't have any connections. I was so happy when she contacted me. I said, this is going to be my community work and my community contribution as an African woman. And I said to tell you that I will support you as I can, as much as I can. So I have an important document here to read from the Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, who unfortunately, as you know, is very busy with the General Assembly. But before that, I would like just to talk a little bit about this issue. I'm working on that issue since 25 years now. And of course, I was based in Africa. I'm Senegalese, so I was based in Senegal. And I remember how I got to work on that issue was actually an American woman who was working for USAID and who came and told me, "Oh, Nafi, what are you doing on that issue of FGM?" And I said, "Oh, yes, nothing." And she said, "I think that you should start working on that." And because I'm a researcher, my background is on social science research. So I started to look at this issue and connecting with NGO in the field and all. And this is how I started with this journey, on looking at this issue of FGM. And looking also on how we can really work with communities to convince them to abandon the practice. Because as you know, the change needs to come from within. You cannot impose it. So you cannot tell people that this is a bad practice and you need to stop it. No, we need to start a dialogue with people and understand what is a rationale and start to address, the different rationale that they will have until they are convinced that actually there is no benefit for the practice. And of course, we need to bring the facts. And we have a lot of facts, we have a lot of research that we're done that really show, the impact of this practice, not only on health, the health of the girl and the future woman and the third generation of the child, because we also know that children that are born from women that went through the practice have an increased risk of mortality. But also on all the issue of opportunities and rights and well-being and mental health. So that is very well documented, but we need to all work together in a collective way to address this issue and to show that it's not about tradition. Tradition is something that is changing and evolving. It's not about religion because I'm happy to know that an imam is here, and I'm sure that he will approve what I will say. We have a lot of eminent religious leaders from different, ulema from Al-Azhar University and all, who have shown that there is the hadith is very weak, and neither the Bible, neither the Quran addressing the issue of FGM. So this is not a religious requirement. So what we need to do is that be convinced that this is a tradition. And tradition change evolve, particularly if a tradition is identified as harmful. So we are working in those countries and we are doing a lot of progress, working with grassroots organizations, but mainly, you know, the government need to lead the work. And we are very happy because in 2012 and again in 2014 here at the United Nations General Assembly, all the countries member of the United Nations adopted a resolution and said that we need to intensify our efforts to really, eliminate the practice of FGM. And the work that ISATA is doing is part of that. The last data from CDC here in the United States show that 500,000 women and girls are living with FGM here in the United States. So it's not about Africa only, but it's a global issue. We have more data in Indonesia, Iran, Iraq, Middle East, India, Colombia, Panama, Ecuador, and of course Australia, Europe, and all these countries where migrant communities are establishing. So this is, I think, a consensus today that we need to really eliminate this practice, and it's not fighting against any tradition, it's really for the well-being of girls and women. So I will try really to give my contribution to, of course, to Africa, but also to all the communities living here in the United States, particularly in New York. Having said so, I have an important speech from Mr. Ban Ki-moon, and I'm going to read it, quote. So he, first of all, was really wanted to show his support to ISATA work, and he was very, very, interested to know that there is also some group that are addressing the issue here in New York. Of course, Mr. Ban Ki-moon is very, is a champion of the elimination of FGM, and every year on the 6th February, which is International Day against the practice, we call it International Day Zero Tolerance to FGM. He's giving a very important speech, but he didn't know that there were some very important group like this one here in New York. So he was thrilled to have that information, he said, and he wanted to share it with you. So he said that the practice of FGM is declining, but still frighteningly widespread, affecting some 130 million girls and women. Fortunately, there are positive signs of progress in our global push to end this harmful practice. The United Nations is working to break the silence and disprove myths around FGM. We are engaged in culturally sensitive activities that aim to stop FGM without scolding or shame. And we are working to help those who have been affected. I thank the many organizations and other partners that have joined the global campaign to create a future in which every girl can grow up free of violence and discrimination, with full dignity, human rights, and equality. Thank you.
Thank you for your great intervention. You know that Miss C decided to be the voice of the voiceless. She's been working hard on several projects, and she has been encouraging our children of African diaspora, to be in the fight. So tonight, we have two young girls, our future generation, They will come here and tell us a little bit about that new project. We said it earlier, we are not going to use the term FGM, but finally, girls matter. I would like to introduce those two young ladies that are going to school here in New York. They are part of those great universities. They will have the chance to introduce themselves. One is going to John Jay, and she is studying criminal justice. And the other one is going to St. John's University, and she is majoring in public health. I would like to introduce, and with a big round of applause, Miss Ramata Si and Fatmata Traoré.
Avec votre permission, mesdames et messieurs, on va accueillir Ramata Si et Fatoumata Traoré qui vont intervenir.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ramata Sai and C. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fatoumata Traoré, and I'm attending St. John's University studying public health. I attend John Jay Criminal Justice, and I'm studying International Criminal Justice. We just want everybody here to just close their eyes for a minute and just imagine. Somewhere in the world right now, a father and a mother are having a big argument. This isn't your ordinary argument between two parents. This isn't an argument about another woman and another man. This isn't an argument about prized possessions and money. This isn't an argument that they would be having if they were talking about their son. This is an argument that they are having about their daughter and the most painful experience that they're about to put her through. Now imagine a girl no older than the age of 13, an age where the next round of tag should be their only worry. Sadly and unfortunately, her worries go above and beyond. She is faced to accept the gruesome fact that she is about to have her clitoris removed with an unsanitized blade. She is about to be pinned down by 6 or 7 women. She's screaming for her mom, but mom can't come. Daddy, Daddy, please, don't let them. But Daddy has no say. She's bleeding and the blood won't stop, so the elders put salt water. Salt water. Salt water is supposed to stop her bleeding. That's not the case. Now it's done. The little girl we've been imagining this whole time is now a woman. She's now accepted by her community. All the elders have to wish now is that she doesn't die from a serious infection. What's even more heartbreaking is that there's no one who can stop it, no one to advocate for this little girl. That is exactly what the Finally Girls Matter project is intended to do. To give these women and girls a voice, and most importantly, a safe place to turn to.
This project will be an umbrella under the USA Mali Charitable Association. We will be here to offer support to all women who have gone through this and all women who feel like their child will go through this. Envision a place where they can speak their concerns and have access to therapy, legal support, and housing. We will hold their hands through any divorce and child custody case. We will help them find legal representation at no cost and advocate for them in court and explain the harsh realities of female genital mutilation in the United States. We will begin to cure the wound that they thought could never be healed.
So basically, we envision a center where women can feel welcome and eventually comfortable speaking to others that have been through their similar experience. At the center, we will hold sessions and educate these women on all the necessary information that they need to know about FGM. For example, how to stay safe while speaking to their pro-FGM husbands about the situation. Another thing that they will be learning at the center is who to contact if their child is going to be sent to their homeland to be cut. With your help, we can help empower so many women who never saw help coming. With your donations tonight, we will make this vision a reality.
We need to be the guiding light in the darkness that has taken over the lives of these girls and women. We need to be the force that will stand between the blade and the clitoris of the victim.
We are their strength, their voice, and their hope. Please help us help thousands of women who have fallen victim to this horrible act of female genital mutilation, also known as FGM. Let us be the ones to let them know that finally girls matter.
And I also need the audience to repeat that. Finally, 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 I cannot hear you. Finally, and that's the reason why you all gather here tonight. It's certainly a great cause. We are going to explore again our dear continent with our cultural diversity through the different issues that we are going to have tonight and the music. But once again, I'm telling you to take the time to look at those donation cards, and you know what to do. We will say it again and again. It's a long journey that's starting tonight. You will do it on the card, you will do it on the website, you will have all the contact information where to reach them every time you feel the need that something has to be done to fight for those girls around the world.
Mesdames et messieurs, vous avez pu suivre l'intervention de ces deux ravissantes dames. C'est véritablement une cause humanitaire. Nous allons vous demander ce soir de faire parler votre cœur. Vous le savez, un peu partout en Afrique, dans les différentes capitales, dans les villages, il y a beaucoup de jeunes filles qui souffrent. Donc ce soir, nous vous invitons à faire parler votre cœur, s'il vous plaît, pour soutenir cette action humanitaire. Alors, avec votre permission, on va demander à Imam Konaté qui va venir juste pour un petit message. Estelle, Imam Konaté.
He is one of those religious leaders that has been the pride of the African community here in New York. Working closely with the office of the mayor, he has been working with every single community, regardless of where they're coming from. He has been uniting Christian, Muslim, people of all religious backgrounds, and he's here tonight again.
Alors, depuis quelques mois déjà, mesdames et messieurs, pour ceux qui ne le savent pas, il est conseiller auprès du maire Blasio. On l'applaudit, ça s'applaudit.
Assalamu alaikum. Bonsoir. Good evening. Thank you so much. Thank you, Annabelle. I'm one of your team. If you remember, Imam Konati, I work closely with Sarah Plato, and Commissioner Rosemont Pierre. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Mr. White. I remember 2 years ago, your ONG organized something about girl matters at UN. And I spoke at the event. Whatever you said is shown. Religiously, Prophet didn't mention it. It is all about culture. It is all about tradition. And we are mixing those three things, which is culture, tradition, and religion. So we have to be careful. Because by doing that, it is crime against humanity. I would say that clearly. It is a crime. Thank you, Mama C. I'm proud to be one of your sons and one of your supporters. To you, my brothers, to you, my sisters, please, I don't want your mind to speak tonight. Because if you follow your mind, you will put $20 in this envelope. This is not what I'm looking for tonight. Speak to your pocket and to speak also to your heart. Because whatever this brave woman is doing, it is for the future of our kids. As parents, we are not able to educate our children, to raise them because we are running after dollar bill. And she's doing this on our behalf. So it's time for us to say, thank you, Mama C. Thank you for what you're doing. And God bless you. Assalamu alaikum.
Merci Imam Konaté pour votre intervention. Estelle, la suite.
Now, we would like to show you a short video on the cause we all fighting for, FGM, that we all going to discover tonight. Please follow.
Durant 10 minutes, mesdames et messieurs, votre attention ce sera ici, sur cet écran, et vous allez pouvoir découvrir et juger dans vous-même. Voilà.
L'immense majorité de ceux qui le perpétuent ignorent l'interprétation qu'en donnaient leurs enseignants. Comme cette excuseuse, nombreux sont ceux qui ne savent pas les mythes originels de l'excision. Les us et les coutumes sont les principales explications avancées pour justifier cette pratique. Traditionnellement, l'excision constituait un rite de passage dans le monde des femmes entre l'enfance et l'âge adulte, car elle se pratiquait sur des groupes d'âge entre 13 et 20 ans. À cette période, les adolescentes subissaient un enseignement sur la vie sexuelle et sociale en tant que future épouse et mère. L'excision contribuait à la socialisation de la fille. Mais que constatons-nous aujourd'hui?
Je ne vais chez personne. Si on m'amène des filles à exciser, j'exécute. Leur âge varie entre 2, 3 et 1 an.
Nous assistons à un rajeunissement de l'âge de l'excision. La plupart des excisions sont faites avant l'âge de 5 ans, aussi bien en ville qu'en campagne. Selon l'enquête démographique de Santé et Histoire, 80% des filles ont été excisées avant l'âge de 5 ans, ce qui est estimé à 750 000 filles excisées avant l'âge de 5 ans. La période de retraite et les champs initiatiques qui transmettaient les principes moraux et les interdits de la communauté aux jeunes filles ont pratiquement disparu. À la place de l'événement collectif, l'excision est de plus en plus individuelle et sans toutes les cérémonies qui l'accompagnaient, cela pour des raisons économiques, car ces cérémonies coûtaient très cher. Dans ces conditions, le volet socialisation de la fille tient-elle encore?
Aujourd'hui, la pratique de l'excision est nuisible et elle a perdu tout son sens parce qu'on ne peut pas sensibiliser dès le début.
Les autres raisons avancées pour justifier la pratique de l'excision, telles que les exigences de la religion, n'ont pas été elles aussi prouvées, car pas mal d'ethnies n'ayant jamais pratiqué l'excision sont des demeures de véritables et incontournables religieux.
Nous ne pratiquons pas l'excision. Ce n'est pas dans notre tradition, ni dans nos coutumes. Depuis des temps très lointains, aucune des femmes n'a été excisée. Cela n'existe pas. Je n'ai jamais appris de mes arrière-parents et ces derniers n'ont jamais connu l'excision. Depuis nos grands-parents jusqu'à nous, de notre village originaire, Fassoum, jusqu'ici, aucune de nos filles n'a été excisée chez les shérifs.
Cet exemple confortant existe parmi tant d'autres où la communauté n'a jamais connu l'excision. Bien que comparaison ne soit toujours pas raison, toutefois, est-il que des conséquences de l'excision donnent le foi dans le couple. Outre les risques d'infection de tétance ou de contamination par le VIH/SIDA, les complications à l'accouchement sont de 6 à 7 fois plus élevées pour une femme excisée.
Tout le monde dit que c'est mauvais. Nous aussi, nous sommes convaincus de cela. L'excision est mauvaise parce que auparavant, on rencontré des cas de tétanos chez les filles et les femmes suite à l'excision avec des instruments souillés. Beaucoup de filles attrapaient le tétanos. Aujourd'hui, nous avons compris, depuis que nous avons abandonné l'excision, ces maladies ont disparu. Donc, nous étions dans l'ignorance. Même le sida peut être attrapé par la voie de l'excision. On a vécu tous ces cas. Mais fini tout ceci maintenant, car nous avons refusé l'excision et tout le village est unanime sur l'abandon de l'excision. Ça vaut plus de 10 ans qu'on ne pratique pas l'excision. Sauf si des gens se cachent pour le faire, et cela n'est pas sans effet.
Ce n'est pas facile de jeter une coutume par la fenêtre, mais si elle porte préjudice à la santé, au risque de perdre la vie, réflexion doit être menée autour de la question. Il y a un adage qui dit que coutume ancienne ne signifie pas vérité ancienne. Ainsi, conscient du méfait de l'excision, et compte tenu de l'évolution actuelle des mentalités, remettant en cause les raisons coutumières et traditionnelles, justifiant sa pratique, sont nombreux aujourd'hui les acteurs de la lutte contre la pratique de l'excision.
Le pays est mieux éclairé maintenant et les gens sont de plus en plus informés. Hier, c'était le temps des circoncisions et des excisions. Aujourd'hui, vous effectuez une noble mission et j'en suis fier. Tout ce que je décide dans le village est exécuté à la lettre. Je vais m'impliquer personnellement.
Nous avons été formés sur les méfaits de l'excision et nous avons compris ces dangers. Notre souhait est d'abandonner. Depuis que l'information a été diffusée dans le village, la forgeronne n'a plus pratiqué l'excision. Nous allons abandonner l'excision.
Le bon et le mauvais côté d'une chose est connu par celui qui la pratique. Nous nous associons aux déclarations du chef du village. Que ça soit bien ou mauvais, elle n'est pas dans notre habitude. L'excision, on ne la pratique pas. Même parler de l'excision ne me plaît pas, à plus forte raison la pratiquer. L'excision ou autre chose, s'il a été convenu d'abandonner une pratique, on doit l'abandonner si on est un bon citoyen.
Pour plus de lisibilité et de coordination à ces actions de sensibilisation et de proximité, assurées par des associations érogées et soucieux de la santé reproductive de la femme et de l'enfant, le gouvernement du Mali a créé en 2002 le programme national de lutte contre la pratique de l'excision pénale. Le programme national de lutte contre la pratique de l'excision a choisi la sensibilisation comme chemin de bataille.
Je demande à toute la population malienne d'accorder une attention particulière, c'est-à-dire de prêter une oreille fine à tout ce que nous sommes en train de dire. Je dis à la population que la question de l'excision aujourd'hui, comme les gens ont l'habitude de le dire, ce n'est pas une question à la mode. Nous n'avons pas aussi l'argent importé ou l'argent des Blancs. C'est compte tenu de la gravité et l'importance de la question que nous travaillons sur ce programme-là, que les autorités ont bien voulu créer. Donc, le travail que nous sommes en train de faire est fait pour le bénéfice de la population malienne, plus particulièrement des femmes, des enfants et de chaque famille malienne. Donc, les conséquences sont là. Ce n'est pas des histoires, ce n'est pas des inventions, c'est des documents scientifiques que nous avons. C'est les résultats des études et des recherches. Je demande à tout le monde d'être attentif à ce que les intervenants nous disent par rapport à cette question. Nous ne sommes pas acculturés, nous respectons notre culture, mais comme on dit, vérité d'hier n'est pas vérité d'aujourd'hui. Ce qui était valable hier, qui rentrait dans le cadre de la socialisation, n'est plus le cas aujourd'hui. C'est des bébés qui sont excisés, elles n'ont pas de bouche pour dire ce qui ne va pas. Donc les conséquences sont plus graves et leur organisme, leur corps est tout petit. Mais je dois remercier les autorités maliennes et toute la communauté malienne qui a bien voulu en tout cas que ce programme soit une réalité pour qu'ensemble nous puissions arriver au bout de la pratique de l'excision au Mali, ici pour le bien-être, comme je l'ai dit, et pour la bonne santé de toute la population malienne.
A small summary. The leaders, the different village leaders were just giving their statement about that practice, that they recognize not a part of the culture. So they decided to join the fight and ban those practices in those different villages, since they knew that many diseases were contracted by women and young girls at a very young age. Now they're all aware of that bad practice and they joined the fight against woman genital mutilation. We would like also to recognize some important people that joined us tonight. We have someone from Togo, Mr. Kojovi Aton.
Monsieur Kojovi Aton qui est là ce soir, président et fondateur de la Fondation togolaise.
He is the president and founder of the Togolese Foundation. We would like also to recognize Miss Awa Diop.
Madame Sako Awa Diop, elle est là ce soir. Merci d'être là.
And Mrs. Imbe Kadi Sal.
Madame Kadi Bessal, elle travaille au niveau des Nations Unies, c'est ma grande sœur, Somrodo.
She works at the United Nations.
Je voudrais profiter pour saluer toute la grande communauté malienne qui est présente ce soir et saluer notre ami Chérif du journal Le Griot. Chérif.
Now it's about time to discover the flavor of our dishes. So he was telling me le dîner d'abord, and I was just saying that we are going to discover, right, our dishes. So it's about time to have dinner, and we will call again our live traditional music performance that is here tonight. Miss Missia Sarah.
Missia Sarah et Famoro de la Guinée et qui vont venir, mesdames et messieurs, sur ce podium pendant que vous serez en train de manger, de déguster les différents mets. Ils vont nous proposer de la musique. Et ensuite, on va revenir, il y aura une cérémonie de remise des trophées et d'autres interventions.
So right after the dinner and those performances, we are going to have our ceremony. But while you're eating, do not forget about your donation card. I think the committee of organization, they will go around to distribute the envelope. For those who are not receiving any envelope yet, you can ask for one. And please, do not forget to make your donation tonight. And I said it before, it starts here, but you can always log in the website. You will do a donation today. You can take a commitment to do something every month because you really want to give whatever you have for this project, to give so that Miss Ake could make it a reality.
Voilà, mesdames et messieurs, vous allez pouvoir naturellement soutenir cette cause humanitaire, j'en suis sûr. Vous le faites auparavant et ce soir, vous allez en faire davantage. Je voudrais profiter de ce micro pour saluer M. Adam Wologuer, qui est journaliste, venu de notre côté de Washington. Voilà. M. Wologuer. Madame Wologuer, autant pour moi.
Madame Adam Wologuer qui a donc fait le déplacement depuis Washington.
Bonne arrivée. c'est madame. Mrs. Voilà, elle est là. Bienvenue ce soir. On va continuer, mesdames et messieurs. Bon appétit.
Enjoy your meal, and we would like to now call.
Je salue notre ami africatvusa, Karim Tosh. Welcome tonight. Place à la musique et bon appétit, mesdames et messieurs.
normal in Africa. Thank you. Excision and
J'étais en train de chanter. Merci, on les applaudit très fort, mesdames et messieurs.
We have talked, we have spoke, we have watched videos, we describe all we could say about girls matters, right? Finally, girls matters. I'm not going to use the other term because we decided to use a new term. Finally, girls matters. And I know that you received your envelope. I hope that you're enjoying the food. And I hope that you have been reaching out to your packet. So I have two ladies, Fatim and Awa. They will go around and they will start collecting those envelopes. So if you have not gave your donation yet, it's about time. I don't think that there is enough words to talk to you about what you have to do tonight. Please, we're asking you again, and again, and again, to make your heart speak tonight.
Mesdames et messieurs, quand je regarde le programme, la suite juste après cette prestation de cet ensemble, et pendant que vous êtes en train de manger naturellement, juste après on aura la cérémonie de remise des awards à certaines personnes. Et Madame Si a bien voulu honorer certaines personnes qui sont dans cette salle ce soir. Une fois de plus, si vous avez vos enveloppes pour soutenir cette action humanitaire par rapport à ce projet, vous pouvez le faire dès maintenant, en compagnie d'Estelle, la ravissante Estelle Yesso, qui arrive sur Ivoire TV, n'est-ce pas? Je voudrais saluer, comme on le dit souvent, derrière une grande dame se trouve aussi un grand monsieur.
Exactement.
Hein, c'est ça aussi. Hein. Derrière une grande dame se trouve un grand monsieur.
Behind a great man, there is a great woman.
Monsieur Mamadou Laminsi, que je vous demande d'applaudir, il est toujours aux côtés de son épouse par rapport à ses actions naturellement, aux côtés de Madame Si. Voilà. Merci mon frère. Également, Madame Bakoro Diabaté, elle est là ce soir. Grande sœur, merci d'être là. Bakoro Diabaté.
Mrs. Bakoro Diabaté, thank you for coming tonight.
Et toute la grande communauté malienne est présente ce soir. Ara Maliba.
And all the Malian community. We would like also to welcome another guest, Mr. Benoit Ledevec, who is here with his successor, Mrs. Mathilde Lingier, if I pronounce it well, excuse the pronunciation, okay, Mathilde Lingier.
Ils font partie de French Heritage.
French Heritage.
Voilà, ils sont là ce soir. Merci d'être venus soutenir Madame Si par rapport à ces actions qu'elle mène depuis plus de 30 ans ici aux États-Unis. Dans quelques instants, on va, pendant que vous êtes en train de manger, tout à l'heure, ce sera la cérémonie de remise des awards.
So we will have the award ceremony that will follow. I don't know if there is anyone that would like to show the example, because we need to see some action tonight. I don't feel you, because we were supposed to have a room full of ovation, right? Is the food great? Yeah. I know you cannot speak because you're eating. But I don't know if in the room there is someone that would like already to pledge an amount. I will be glad to announce that. So I'm going around. If someone would like to pledge an amount now, it's about time. You can raise your hand. I'm going to ask Fatim to join me. Do not be shy tonight. It doesn't matter how much you're going to give. It's starting tonight. It's a long journey. We are going to raise money all year long. The website can accept your donation. The envelope on your table can accept the donation. So I just need one hand to show the example. And I'm pretty sure that someone else will follow. Okay.
The imams don't make a lot of money. We work for the community. And when you work for African community, you are working for poor people. So, means the imam is poor. But even though this is a good cause, I pledge $100 in my envelope. Thank you. Thank you, Mama C. $100 for the subject.
Thank you.
Thank you to Imam Konate. Is there anyone else? You don't have to, if you don't want to say how much you're giving, you can just raise your hand and just give your envelope. Have you been able to collect some envelope tonight? All right, for those who have not given the envelope yet, you can do it now. Thank you. So just raise your hand, give your envelope, and you can also visit the website of U.S. Malian Charitable Association to give more donation. As I told you before, it's a long journey. You can give something every month. You know, if you decide every month to give $5, you all know that we all, spend money in so many things, $5, $10. This is something that you can do every month. So please do not hesitate. This is a fight. This is a great project that we all need to support. All right? Thank you. And we are remitting those awards.
Tout à l'heure, on va passer à la cérémonie de remise des awards. Je voudrais profiter de cet instant pour vous signaler la présence de l'ORTM, l'Office de radio-télévision du Mali, avec son équipe qui est là. Merci d'être venu. Le caméraman et M. Ibrahim, voilà, les journalistes, ils sont là. Ils sont Adama Kamara et Ibrahim Traoré. Voilà, on les applaudit très fort. L'ORTM.
And Ibrahim Traoré from the Malian television. Now, we would like to announce the first award that will be given to the representative of the First Lady of Mali, who's here with us. But before I say her name, I would like to call Mrs. Annabella Escobar, that will give that award.
On va appeler Madame Annabella Escobar qui va venir pour la remise de l'award de la première dame du Mali, n'est-ce pas?
The First Lady of Mali, because of her very busy calendar.
Mesdames et messieurs, je vous demande de l'applaudir. Elle est venue spécialement de Bamako, Madame Sidibé Adam Traoré. Elle est là.
The Honorable Aminata Keita Maïga, the First Lady of Mali.
It is an honor for me to present this award to you. On behalf of the First Lady of New York City, it is an honor.
Thank you very much. On behalf of en français, merci beaucoup. Et au nom de la Première Dame, je vous transmets tous ces remerciements. Elle aurait bien aimé être là, mais vu les circonstances, elle n'a pas pu faire le déplacement et m'a envoyé la présenter. Et je transmettrai fidèlement cette distinction dont elle vient d'être l'objet et avec tout notre remerciement. Merci beaucoup.
Voilà, on applaudit Mme Sidibé Adam Traoré, la représentante de la première dame du Mali. Merci.
Will be remitted to the representative of the First Lady of the Republic of Congo, Mrs. Antoinette Sassou Nguesso, who's represented here tonight.
La première dame du Congo, Madame Sassou Nguesso, elle n'est pas présente dans la salle. On va pouvoir remettre à Madame Aïssata Sissé.
Mrs. Aïssata Sissé will receive that award. And I'm so sorry, Miss Annabella, I will have to call you again.
And it is with great honor to present this award to you on behalf of the First Lady of New York City.
Merci.
Merci beaucoup. Je ne sais pas si je suis habilitée à parler au nom d'Antoinette Sassou, mais je vais essayer parce que je suis quand même sa fille. On a des relations de famille très proches. Donc je lui transmettrai cette distinction. Et en ce moment, je remercie votre association, je remercie Madame la représentante du maire, je remercie tous les organisateurs. Et après ces remerciements, je pense que je vais commencer par ça, présenter des excuses. Présenter des excuses pour le retard accusé. Et cela est dû au fait que le Mali nous a appelés. Et on ne pouvait pas ne pas assister au discours du président de la République. On y était invités. Et malheureusement, ça a pris du retard. Le président a même raté le dîner avec Obama. C'est pour vous dire que c'était très important ce qu'il faisait. Et nous, on était obligés d'attendre. Donc, je présente les excuses de Richard et de Mme Sassou aussi, qui a sa fille qui devait venir. Et elle m'a laissé un message tout à l'heure pour dire qu'il y a des petits problèmes au Congo. Elle a été obligée de rentrer dans la précipitation. Donc, je lui transmettrai cette distinction. Merci.
Merci, Madame Aïchata Sissé, mesdames et messieurs.
Please.
Merci.
Please, can you show me?
The third award will be remitted by Mrs. C to Mrs. Imbe Kalisa.
Madame,
bonsoir tout le monde. Je suis très touchée par ce prix de l'association USA Mali Charitable. Et je dédie ce prix à toutes les filles et à toutes les femmes du Mali qui œuvrent pour l'abolition de la circoncision féminine. Et je pense également ce soir à une très chère sœur qui est loin de moi ce soir et qui est très proche de mon cœur. Une femme infatigable qui a également œuvré pour le droit des femmes contre les violences sexuelles. Donc, je nomme Mme Sina Damba. Je dédie et je partage ce prix ce soir avec elle. Je vous remercie.
Merci bien.
Madame.
Félicitations pour Mme Veille Kalissa. Elle a toujours été là quand on a besoin d'elle. Et vraiment, il faut que la remercier d'être combien d'années. Et elle a parlé d'une grande dame également qui a toujours été à nos côtés. Nous profitons de l'occasion pour lancer nos salutations et surtout pour lui dire good luck. Thank you.
merci.
The fourth award. So the fourth award will be remitted by Imam Konate, and it is the recipient of that award is Honorable Chillen McRae, First Lady of New York City, who is represented here by Miss Annabella Escobar. You will be receiving that award.
Elle va venir pour recevoir l'award de Chillen McRae qui sera remis par Imam Konate.
On behalf of the center, I'm giving you this award for the Honorable Charlie McRae, the First Lady of the greatest city in the world, New York City, and I'm proud to say it. I am New Yorker and proud New Yorker. Thank you so much. This is for our support.
Good evening again, and it is truly an honor to be here and receive this award on behalf of our New York City First Lady. And I'm sure if she was here, she would say, how she cares so much about women and girls and making sure that there's services, that there's opportunities. And I'm glad actually that I work for one of those organizations that that she funds and she believes, which is the Family Justice Center. I'm the executive director of one of them in Manhattan. And the work that we do there is to empower women and young women as well who are victims of domestic violence. And in addition to that, elder abuse victims and sex trafficking victims as well. So this is something that truly on our First Lady's heart. She believes in the work that you do, so continue the great work that you do, and thank you so much to the USA Mali Charitable Association of New York and the Cultural Center. So thank you on her behalf.
Merci.
Mr. Escobar, you stay with us. You are so precious for us tonight.
Voilà. On va continuer, mesdames et messieurs. Elle n'est pas partie, elle est là encore. Et elle s'appelle Madame Aïdara Aïchata Sissé, présidente du réseau des femmes parlementaires d'Afrique, députée au Parlement malien.
Our Honorable Aïdara Aïchata Sissé, commonly called Chata. She is the president of the Women Caucus of the Pan-African Parliament. She is also the president of the Women Network of the African Parliament, and she is the deputy of the Malian Parliament. We would like to welcome her here since she is receiving an award of appreciation and gratitude, and that award will be given by Miss Annabella Escobar from the Office of Mayor.
Madame Aïdara Sissé Château. Voilà, députée au Parlement malien.
Dans le monde entier, bismillah, il y en a beaucoup. Il va garder pour bien, non? Bismillah.
It is an honor to present this award on behalf of the New York City First Lady.
Merci beaucoup. Je suis très heureuse de recevoir cette distinction. Et quand j'ai eu l'information que je dois être distinguée pour le combat que je mène pour le Mali, je crois que ça m'a fait chaud au cœur. Et cette distinction, je la dédie d'abord à toutes les femmes. Je commence par les femmes du Mali, les femmes d'Afrique que je représente, parce que je suis désormais la présidente du caucus des femmes parlementaires de toute l'Afrique, des 54 pays de l'Afrique. Je la dédie au Mali, à tous les Maliens, et à l'Afrique, pourquoi pas au monde entier. Nous avons affaire, nous les femmes, je dois parler au nom des femmes, parce que je suis là en tant que présidente du caucus des femmes. Quand femme veut, Dieu veut, comme on le dit. Et si les femmes veulent, et si on nous laisse faire, il y aura la paix au Mali, il y aura la paix en Afrique, il y aura la paix au monde. Donc je dédie cette distinction à toutes les femmes de l'Afrique et à toutes les femmes du monde. Je vous remercie.
Merci, merci Madame Aïdara Sissé. Merci. Et une fois de plus, un bon séjour ici à New York. On va pouvoir inviter les récipiendaires pour une photo de famille, n'est-ce pas? Les récipiendaires sont invités. Estelle, il faut inviter les autres récipiendaires pour une photo de famille, s'il vous plaît.
So all the recipients of the award, we would like you to gather for a family picture. And while we're doing that, we would like first to apologize not for recognizing the presence of one wonderful person who came directly from Togo. She is the former First Lady of Togo, Miss Coco Lami Abere. Coco Lami Abere.
Miss Coco Lami Abere. Bonne arrivée.
Thank you very much for coming and for supporting again this great cause. It is a pleasure to have you among our honorable guests. We welcome you tonight and we are very pleased for your presence.
Une fois de plus, merci mesdames et messieurs d'être venus ce soir pour soutenir cette dame, pour soutenir cette action humanitaire. Vous avez vu tout à l'heure les images, on en parle un peu partout en Afrique par rapport au problème d'excision. Beaucoup d'artistes africains ont chanté, beaucoup de footballeurs ont mené des actions, beaucoup de femmes mènent des actions à travers l'Afrique. Vous aussi, vous êtes ici aux États-Unis, soutenez ces battantes, mesdames et messieurs. Nous comptons véritablement sur vous.
I will ask with Mrs. and Mr. C.
Et saluer toute la grande communauté togolaise. Voilà, la grande communauté togolaise qui est venue soutenir cette action. On va demander aux musiciens de remonter, Famore a demandé sur la scène pour pouvoir clôturer aussi la solidarité africaine.
Closing of the event. So all those women and men that have been working hard for that event to be a success, we will call you here.
Misran, la grande voix de la Guinée avec Famoro.
To thank each of everyone for spending this evening with us. We are proud to say that we have worked hard to fulfill one of the Lumaka missions, which is to gather people tonight from all the walks of life, culture, and belief, and share with them our vision on FGM, the média en français, la mutilation sexuelle. We hope we all enjoy it tonight. We all enjoy this beautiful music from African artists. We would like to tell you also, all this event will not be possible without the dedication of some beautiful ladies, young ladies, volunteers, and who believe in what we are doing. And without you, your presence means a lot to us.
Caméra, poche caméra. Madame Bélier.
I volunteer for Yumaka to organize this beautiful dinner gala. My name is Josephine Abeloko. I'm from Togo. This is me. My name is Tanya. I'm from Togo. We are all here today to support our sister. Thank you very much.
Of Mali actually did a donation of $1,000. That is so proud, right? And our deputy also made a donation of $500. Miss Chato, as we commonly call her. So that's a total of $1,500 straight from Mali, right?
Merci pour votre contribution. Merci pour ce geste.
Ni que